a seat. I'm Suzanne Ridgway, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you for clicking on my link and checking me out. Let's look for that subscribe word and smash on it. Don't forget to tap on that bell. Today we're going to make a delicious, healthy apple muffin with lentils. I've been purchasing lentils and using them within my foods recently, from lentils mac and cheese to lentils chicken soup and to muffins, making them healthy, making them delicious. I'm going to show you how to make this. Let's get baking. The first thing we're going to do is take about 5 apples and wash them, and then we're going to remove the cores from them and put them into the blender with the lentils to get the filling made. Here's what the apples look like now that they're cored. They almost look like a blooming onion in the core. I used my core on my sharpener because it felt dull, and it sharpened it up very nicely. The Dollar Tree carries these cores usually around the fall time, and they're starting to put fall stuff out a couple months in advance, so keep your eyes out in the kitchen section. It is quite a little gem from the Dollar Tree, as well as their knife sharpener, usually found in the tool section. I'm going to get the blender plugged in here. I can grind foods in my blender and process them. It is by Oster. I'm not sure exactly where my husband got it. I'm thinking Walmart.com. I'm going to add in lentils first, about a cup. Or lentils, and dump them right in. I'm going to add in some apples, and then some water, but not a lot of water, because you want this to be a filling, not a drink. So you're only going to need 4 medium apples. I took out 5 just in case. I have some apples left on my cutting board. I'm going to blend these first and then add them in. Make sure the water is filled up to the apples so they blend in well. Otherwise it won't start. That is good. I'm going to cover it and we're going to blend it. Hey everyone, when I use the blender, I remove the actual sound from the clip that was recorded because it is very loud and I don't want anyone's ears to get hurt. So we're going to blend the apples that you'll see here in a moment until it comes into a kind of a pie filling form. And it looks like a very good consistency. You can peel the apples if you wish. I always leave the peels on, adding extra nutrition with the lentils. This is going to be nutritious and delicious. Don't over blend them either. You don't want it liquidy. You want it to look like apple pie filling from the can. But this is homemade that we did ourselves, making it even better for you because you know exactly what's going into it. We're going to divvy this out into 3 delicious treats for our families. I'm going to start with the muffins. This is what it looks like inside the blender. It's perfect. I'm going to dump some of it into the bowl. Add in 2 cups of the mixture we just made. I always leave the peels on because that's where all the nutrition is within the apple. And look at the perfect consistency of this. And you can also do an applesauce, and that's what I'm going to do with my leftover mixture, is make applesauce with this as well. Real easy to do. I use my coffee cans to house my dry flours and sugars. It keeps them fresh and it's airtight. Just 1 cup of flour is all-purpose flour. Then you're going to do a 1/2 cup of sugar. You're going to dump in a 1/2 cup of sugar. For spices, I have cinnamon, I have nutmeg, and I have imitation vanilla from the Dollar Tree. All of them can be purchased there. Just a couple of teaspoons each, nothing fancy. That is the nutmeg. Now for the cinnamon. And the vanilla is going to go into the mixture with the apples. Just a couple of teaspoons of vanilla. And then you're going to mix it, and then you're going to add the dry ingredients to this bowl and combine it well. You do not need to add eggs to this because applesauce is an egg substitute. Mix the vanilla in with the apples. Then you're going to add in the dry ingredients. right into this bowl. I'm going to mix until well combined. Once it's well combined, we're going to put them into the muffin pan. I have some heart-shaped silicones that I want to try out from the Dollar Tree to make heart-shaped muffins for my kids for today. You're going to spray them lightly and then put them into a 350-degree heated oven for about 11 minutes. Check them with a toothpick. If they're done, there'll be no wetness on the toothpick. The toothpick will come up dry. I go ahead and spray the silicone ones. I'm going to use a measuring cup to fill up the muffins. Or if you have a scoop, use a scoop. You can repeat the process until all the muffin silicones and tins are full. I only had 9 of the hearts. The pan itself I picked up at Walmart. Everything else is from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to continue filling and I'll show you what it looks like before it goes in the oven. Here's what they look like before. I'll show you an after when they're done baking. Now I'm going to prep some applesauce. Go ahead and spray your Dutch oven with your favorite butter spray. And that mixture we just made, that we didn't use all of, you're going to dump it on in and add a little bit of sugar. A sweet for the sweet. A very healthy applesauce. You can add a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. A couple tablespoons of sugar. Nothing over the top. And I'm going to add some cinnamon to this. Grab a spoon. I'm going to mix the sugar well with the applesauce and put this on low heat. That's about 3 teaspoons of the cinnamon. And get your heat on. Start it on medium heat and then reduce it to low when it starts simmering. And then you're going to cover it. Delicious ways to use apples and lentils. I'm going to see how much batter I have left to see if I can make a loaf of apple bread. Really stretching that bag of apples. Go ahead and cover your applesauce and it smells amazing. Go ahead and reduce your heat to low. You can let it simmer for a little while and your house is going to smell incredible. My grandmother never wasted anything. My mother was pretty good at not wasting too, and my favorite aunt. Let's see what we have left here to make a small loaf of apple bread. Went ahead and sprayed it with my butter spray. You get all of that out of the bowl here. And you're going to even it. It's going to be a thin bread, but it'll be bread. I'm going to go ahead and take a peek into the oven here. Definitely going to need more time. There's a minute and 20 seconds left, and I'm going to probably add on 5. Here's what the Dutch oven applesauce looks like with the lentils. It's blended perfectly and it's simmering nicely on low. And I'm going to add in the apple bread and take the muffins out and test them. Stick the toothpick in. They're going to need about 5 more minutes. See how that came up wet? And then they'll be done. Muffins are going to take 5 more minutes. And then after that, I'll add on 9 minutes for the apple bread, because there are 2 things baking within my oven, and I'll show you what everything looks like when we're done. The muffins are going to take a total of 20 minutes. I put them in for another 3. When this is done, the muffins, I will check the bread to see if it's done. It's not going to be a very thick bread because there wasn't a lot of batter. I just wanted to use up all the batter. Here's what they look like. they came out really cute. And those are the 3 that didn't have the heart shapes. And it looks like a little heart, each of the muffins with lentils and apples. I'll take the bread out and show you what that looks like, and then I'll show you some applesauce. The apple bread looks like it is done all the way through. I tested it with my toothpick. 3 ways to use lentils within your apples, making a little bit of bread, applesauce, and then the muffins. And then the delicious muffins. They smell so good in here. I'm going to try the applesauce. I'm going to try this. My God, it's delicious. I give it 2 thumbs up. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for baking with me in my kitchen today. We used apples and lentils 3 ways. We did muffins, applesauce, and a nice little thin bread. They all came out perfect, and I'm very pleased with how they turned out. When we get to 1,600, we're going to issue out 2 $10 Dollar Tree gift cards. We are looking for 18 more people to give out 1 5-item surprise pack with the Dollar Tree valued at $6.25. If you're new, you must comment and introduce yourself to be part of my growing community. You can always email me too. I'll get to that in a moment. If you won in the past 60 days, you're not qualified. You got to wait out 60 days, and that's only if you won in the past. If I call your name and you don't answer me within 2 days, you'll be disqualified. Another name will be chosen. If it was something like your phone broke, for instance, my situation, or anything extreme, email me. Let me know what happened. countryboots1268@yahoo.com. That link is always in my description box down below. Thank you for watching.